wherever you are. Good afternoon at Western Indonesia time. Wherever you are now, thank you so much for joining us in the live streaming of Upward Mobility webinar number 1 with the topic Broad Job Opportunities After Graduating from PBI. This event is proudly presented to you by the English Language Education Department or PBI of Universitas Sanata Dharma, Yogyakarta. Okay, so on this special day, we are having 3 special guests. They're going to be our fabulous PBI alumni who have remarkable jobs in prestigious companies. Yeah, you must have been waiting for them, right? And you must be very excited to listen to their presentation. Yeah. So how are you? Are you ready to listen to their presentations today? I hope so, yeah. But before we begin today's webinar and the presentations, let's listen to a brief opening speech from our chairperson, Ibu Yohana Feni Randa. So let's check if Ibu Feni is there. Hello, Bu Feni. Are you there?
Hello. Yes, I'm here.
How are you, Ibu Feni?
I'm very good and very excited.
All right, good. So,
Okay.
yeah, I'm sure you are ready with your speech to open
Yes.
our event because this is our first webinar of the 3 series.
Okay.
Right. So time is yours, Bufeni.
All right. So if I imagine this is in Kunjono or in Driarkara room, yeah. So I will see that I can see everyone. But now I believe that how many are streaming now alive? They're already around 60, yeah. Sorry. All right, upward mobility. What do you know about upward mobility? Upward means move up, move up. Mobility means movement, right? So this idea of upward mobility has been there since 2003. Yeah? That is the same year when we launched Bolshoi Student Fund. At that time, it was the idea of inviting Father Bolshoi to come to Jogja, and then a lot of alumni are coming to visit our department, and there comes, we want to give back to PBI, and we want to do some activity that we want to do something for our juniors. Yeah. So here we are, 17 years. Yeah. So first of all, I would like to thank Burina and Pak Thomas, who have been the organizer for this year's event. And we have amazing alumni who are going to share their work experience with you and learn something from them in the real workplace. Ask questions. I believe they will have some time for you to ask questions, and then get more inspired. So maybe maybe 10 years from now, you are the one who will be invited to our upward mobility events. Yeah. So enjoy the talk. Yeah, there are 3 series. Yeah, try to learn a lot from your seniors. Yeah, and I'm really thankful to see Bunga. I think I'll call her as Bu Bunga now. Yeah, 17 years ago she was here. Katanya dulu ketua proses. Yeah, so a while ago. Yeah, and then Bu Anya. I think Bu Anya graduated in 2015, yeah, 2016, 2014. I forget because I haven't returned and you already graduated. Yeah, so I was studying, and then Abu Tata. Now I think I have to call Bu Tata. Yeah, it was yesterday when I called her Tata. Yeah, in the we were working on the accreditation. Yeah, so what I can say. Enjoy the talk, yeah, get inspired, and then ask questions. Yeah, it's time for you to, if you have anything that you want to ask, I believe your seniors are happy to answer you. Okay, enjoy the talk. And once again, thank you, Burina and Pak Thomas, for organizing this program. And I think you have some of your friends, Lintang Agri, are helping in the room, in the studio, okay, in the upward mobility studio. All right, yeah, I think that's all from me. Yeah, enjoy.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ibu Feni. Well, actually, we have more than just Pak Thomas and Agri because off screen we have also Bu Ella and Bu Mega. Yeah.
Okay.
And also some other students. Yeah, but thank you
Okay.
very much for the very nice opening speech, Bu Feni.
Thank
And then,
you.
yeah, and thank you so much for sharing the history, the brief history of upward mobility. Oh,
Yeah.
we didn't know that this upward mobility is actually has
17 years.
been going, yeah, for 17 years.
It's a tradition, yeah, for alumni to come to our campus. Yeah.
Yes, all right. Thank you very much.
Sure.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, or maybe I should call you guys because you are youths, I believe. So yeah, there's one very important thing you need to know about today's upward mobility. This has not been announced yet. There will be some door prize, you know. So yay, this is so exciting. You can win a dialogue magazine for 2 persons with the best questions posted on YouTube chat room. So if you have questions for either Mbak Bunga or Mbak Anya or Mbak Tata Leta, just post it using the following format. So please mention your Instagram account, space your question. And then later for the 2 best questions will be announced on Instagram, and you will get the dialogue, the newest dialogue magazine for free. Yeah, newest edition. Right. And also bigger than that, we also, I mean, you also have the opportunity to win a 50,000 GoPay top up. Woo! So you can spend it for GoFood or maybe to go back home, riding a Gojek. Yeah. How to get that? You can post an Instagram story saying something about upward mobility webinar. What to say there? Okay, so you can say your experience and then your impression about this webinar, maybe what you learned and your reflection about it, and so on. Yeah, make sure you make it as creative as you can. You provide a picture. Maybe you can decorate it a little bit using the GIF and so on. And don't forget to mention PBI's Instagram account at PBI Sanata Dharma, yeah, and also provide hashtag crafting your future paths. It's with S, crafting your future paths. Make sure that you don't misspell it. All right. You can start doing it from now until 8 p.m. tonight. So you still have around 4 hours to do that. And the winners will be announced on PBI Instagram account around 8:30 p.m. There will be some jury who will decide who the winner is. Okay, right. Let's not wait any longer because everyone is so excited for the listening to the speakers. So I'll go to the first speaker, yeah. She is Mbak Anya. Hello, Mbak Anya, are you ready?
Yes, I just told my husband next to me, I was very nervous.
Oh, me too, actually. But pretending not to is very important. It's just the feeling like the first time you are teaching, you know.
Yeah, you're right.
The same nerve. Right.
Okay.
So let me tell you a brief about Mbak Anya, everyone. Mbak Anya is a PBI alumnus from batch 2010. She is a bubbly journalist with 5 years experience who once thought that news reporters slept in a car every day. Is it true, Mbak Anya?
Yes, I thought so.
Right. Yeah, she was made to fall in love with journalism by the Jakarta Post, where she became a journalist at the first time. And she now hopes to soar higher with global news agency. I don't know how to pronounce this, sorry.
Apparently, it's just Agents France
France
Press.
Press, yes.
Yeah.
She has previously named the best print media journalist by Indonesia's Foreign Ministry in 2019. Wow, congratulations. And today, Mbak Anya is with us. She's going to talk about journalism after teaching. Can you imagine how interesting it is? So Mbak Anya, the floor is yours. You have 20 minutes at maximum.
Okay, thank you. I would like to open my presentation first. Okay, good afternoon all. Thank you very much for PBI and also all of you that I now have an opportunity to share my experience as being a journalist. It's such an, I'm actually very nervous currently because it has been so long that I never have a presentation like this. So first of all, I would like to apologize if there is grammar errors or pronunciation. I know there is many of my lecturers here. I'm really sorry if there's a mistake. Anyway, actually in this presentation, I would like to highlight about challenges that I faced, that I encountered when I had to shift from teaching to journalism. In the end of the presentation, hopefully any one of you who are interested in journalism can take lessons from my experience. Maybe in the presentation, I would flex a bit about the privilege of being a journalist, but actually I would like to focus on the challenges and also the difficulties that I get in journalism from shifting from teaching to journalism. So yes, this is my, actually this one, journalism after teaching with Agnes Anya. Agnes Anya actually is my pen name. Pen name, is that even a word? So my full name is actually Agnes Kenyawinanti, but I use Agnes, my baptist name, and Anya, my nickname, as pen name, Agnes Anya. So as Ms. Rina mentioned, in 2010, I joined PBI and I graduated in 2014. But during that period of time, I enjoyed teaching. I several times taught as a private English tutor for junior and senior high schools as my part-time job. But then in 2013 until 2014, I focused on teaching Bahasa Indonesia for foreigners at Lembaga Bahasa Universitas Sanata Dharma, LBUSD, with Pak Thomas and also Bu Heni. And after that, after I graduated in the middle of 2014, one of my friend, Ratri, she was also in PBI at that time, she told me that Jakarta Post was looking for a journalist, and then she encouraged me to apply for the job vacancy. At that time, I thought that it's just nice, just give it a try. But apparently, the Jakarta Post accepted me. So in 2014, I left Yogyakarta for good after 7 years because I spent my senior high school too in Yogyakarta. And then I moved to Jakarta Post in the early of 2015 until 2019. And in the same year, in 2019, I was named as Best Journalist for Printed Media by the Foreign Ministry. And since last year until now, I am a text and video journalist at Agence France Presse. Agence France Presse is the third largest news agency in the world. So I would like to tell you a bit about my journey as a journalist. Oh wait, so this one, oh sorry, oh I cannot, okay lah. So if you saw my picture before, that's how I look daily in Sanata Dharma. I didn't wear any makeup. I wore anything that I want, and I was very silly back at that time. Now too, but now I can wear makeup, so I can kind of hide it. Anyway, so during my high school, I told my friends I wanted to be a journalist. At the university, I dropped my journalist dream because one day my cousin told me that she had a friend who is a journalist, and the friend always slept in the car every day because as a journalist, being a journalist is a demanding profession. So at that time I thought that, oh, being a journalist is very hard. So I don't think I can do that. But then after graduation, like I mentioned before, I thought, why don't I give journalism a try? Oops, something happened. Oh, sorry, my presentation lagging. Oh, wait, sorry. Yeah, so after I gave it a try, apparently in the first year of being a journalist, it was literally tears, sweat, and I literally cried almost every day because it was something that I never experienced before during my time in the university. So what I do daily as a journalist, I usually research topics potential for news articles or videos. So basically after maybe at around this time at 4 p.m. or after work, I would research topics that potential for news articles. I would Google, I would try to search in social media what's the news, what's the updates or the newest topics that are going viral, or what are people talking about, what are the topics that many people talk in the social media, or what the local media, because now I work for a foreign media, what our local media currently write about or cover about. So I will research that basically on the internet. After I got some ideas, I will discuss it with my colleagues, yeah. How to pronounce that? Colleagues. So I usually discuss that in English and also in Bahasa Indonesia because my editor in Against France Press is a Canadian and is a French. So I have to speak in English. But with other colleges and other journalists, I usually speak in Bahasa Indonesia because they are Indonesians. But back in Jakarta Post, I usually use English only on my writing. So basically daily, we only speak Bahasa Indonesia, but usually in text, we use English because we are accustomed to writing in English, to writing in English. And after discussion, we conduct observation, interviews, or shooting on the field. We interview people on the street, or we interview some residents in slum areas nearby a river in Jakarta, for example, or I will shoot in a Bantar Gebang. Bantar Gebang is the, what is that? The trash, no. Tempat pembuangan akhir. I forgot the English. Tempat pembuangan akhir, like that. And then after I gather all the materials, I would write articles or edit videos based on the works from the field. And after that, my side job is maintain networking with various sources. You know, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 points, the first 5 points, I should do that less than a day. So it was very, very, very fast. Sorry. Okay, it was very fast. So every time people ask me what are the challenges what were the challenges that I face as a journalist, I would say because my background is teaching, I had no idea what being a journalist looked like, how journalists work, how fast the profession or the system of the work would be. So this is how this is the analogy of what I thought about journalism and teaching. Journalism is like a sprint run. It's very fast. I have to do all the 5 or the 4 points that I mentioned before in less than a day. Meanwhile, teaching is like a marathon run. You have to have both, in both fields, you have to have a very huge power. You have to maintain your energy, but you spend it differently. In sprint, you spend it in a very fast pace, but in marathon, you have to endure all the, the energy that you have or endure all the difficulties during the marathon. What I mean with sprint is that in journalism, like I told you before, I have to do all the things, like 5 points in less than a day. Meanwhile, in teaching, you have piles of documents like syllabus, or what else do you have? I forgot, like syllabus, and also the teaching planning, like so many documents that you have to work on, but you have this period of time, so you have to manage your energy during that time. But in journalism, it's like sprint run. Journalism is like 500 word article, meanwhile teaching is like 5-chapter thesis. What I meant with that is that I have to be able to speak what is in my mind, my eyes saw, what my nose smells during my work on the field in 5 words of articles, no more than that, or not, or my editor will cut it like that. It's very, I have to make it very short, compact. Meanwhile, in teaching, it's like 5-chapter thesis because you have so many documents that you have to file. You have assignments, so many piles of documents that you have to, for example, you have to correct students' assignments, so many things. I mean, both fields are also demanding, but in different pace, in different nature. And journalism is a lone wolf. What I mean with that, meanwhile teaching, team player. What I mean with that is that daily I have to work alone. Although I have to discuss with my editor, I have to discuss with my colleagues, I have to brainstorm with them. But in the execution, I do it all by myself. I have to go to the field in the slum areas by myself. I have to speak to people on the street by myself. Sometimes people thought that I am an insurance agent, because sometimes I will stop them on the street like, permisi, saya mau wawancara, and then they thought, no, nggak asuransi. No, I'm not an insurance agent. But yeah, you have to be that brave to stop people on the street and interview. Meanwhile, in teaching, it's more a team player. You have, although in the teaching process you do it alone, but sometimes you have to brainstorm, and then maybe in some cases in one class you have 2 teachers to teach, right? Anyway, journalism and teaching both have big social responsibility. Teaching, you have moral responsibility to your students. Meanwhile, as a journalist, I have moral responsibility to my readers and to the public in general. And aside from that, I think, it's like Miss Rina, Pa Thomas right now, you have to be multi-talented because you have multitask assignments, right? You have to teach, but you have to also hold webinars. You also have to hold some seminars. But I think to survive as a journalist in nowadays era, in which digital plays an important role, I think we also, or as journalists, we also have to be multi-talented. I should not only be able to write an article, but also to take pictures, to take videos, shoot videos, if I want to survive, and if I want to, succeed more in the field. Hopefully my talk is not very fast, yeah? Please tell me if I'm very fast, because daily I speak very fast.
No, that's fine.
Okay, so, okay, thank you. Okay, so basically that's there are so many challenges. I cried a lot in my first year of my first year as a journalist. I complained a lot. I thought it's the end. I thought that, okay, I will spend just a year as a journalist and then stop. Enough is not enough. But to my surprise, I survived. I'm even still going strong after 5 years in the journalism career. In 2019, like I mentioned, I got an award. And then in 2016 until 2019 in the Jakarta Post, they believed in me. So they gave me a bigger role than just text journalist. They're just giving me a role as a text journalist, but they also involved me as a video journalist. I appeared in the video, not only making video, but I appeared as an like kind of a news anchor. Although my pronunciation is not that good at that time, but yeah, that gave me kind of empowerment. So here's a picture of me in pink hair. So 2 days ago, actually, my hair is still pink, but then I painted it. I wanted to be purple, but it turns out black. Anyway, okay, so being a journalist for 5 years, and here are some memories during my career. I think these 3 pictures depicted the privileges that I got, or nice experiences that I got during my time as a journalist. This first one is my picture with trash behind me. It's actually a river in Jakarta, but people there like to throw trash in the river because they thought that throwing trash in the river would make trash vanish. I mean, they will vanish the trash just by throwing it in the river. So you can see here's a river of trash, a river of garbage. I literally could walk on that. It's very solid. It's very smelly, of course. And anyway, what I would like to say in this picture is that I got the privilege to stay and report in slum areas. If I am not, if I weren't a journalist, I would never think of going to slum areas to walk on the river of trash, to stay in to sleep on the street, on the side of the street. I would never think about that. But this is the privilege I got when I was in Jakarta Post, actually. So just for your information, when I was in the Jakarta Post, I was digojlok, what you call it, but I was so they trained me to have a very strong mentality at that time, to have a strong mind. So they required me and my friend to have a live-in with underprivileged people. And at that time, I spent 3 days living with a scavenger's family. And these scavengers have a very small kontrakan, rented house, very small, and they divided. It's this very small kontrakan with in which they live. Sorry. There are 7 people live in this small kontrakan, in this small rented house. It was very, very crowded. So my friend and I decided to sleep on the street, on the sidewalks at that time. So I spent 2 days or 2 nights, slept like a scavenger. I slept on the sidewalk of Kampung Melayu. If any one of you came from Jakarta and you know Kampung Melayu, and if you recognize the flyover in Kampung Melayu, I used to sleep under the flyover of the Kampung Melayu with so many cats at the time, and I used to sleep on the street of the Kampung Melayu street. Okay, so that's the privilege, but because of that experience, I grew empathy. I opened my mind about slum areas. I used to be a very judgmental person when it comes to, for example, underprivileged people or people that I never think of. I used to have my own judgment before I knew what happened to them. But because of that experiences, I now do not live in my black and white life anymore. I thought that
I'm sorry,
everything.
Mbak Anya.
Yeah.
Your time is 2 minutes left.
Oh, okay, great. Okay, I will just skip. Anyway, okay, and how Sanata Dharma story helped me in transition journey. Can I have 3 minutes? 3 minutes, yeah, Miss Rina. So I divided into competence, conscience, and compassion. So competence, I learned a lot from structure. I love structure, but at that time. And creative writing, because when we were in the university, all we know about writing a news article is, you know, the old form yang ada segitiga kebalik, that segitiga kebalik thing, right? But apparently when I jumped into the journalism, there were new information about me that news sometimes was not written that tidak sesaklek itu tulisannya. So I learned how to write more beautifully through creative writing, critical reading and writing, critical listening, speaking. It helped me a lot in gaining, you know, in gaining my skills in writing. And aside from that, I think various students group activities, friendship with people from various backgrounds in Sanata Dharma, good environment for discussion, debate, and criticism. Even we can criticize our lecturer, or we can discuss with our lecturer. We don't hesitate to, you know, to discuss with our lecturer back in the university. That helped me to create my strong mentality, attitude, you know, in having presentation, in convincing people. And also in KKN, various student groups and activities, emphasis of men and women for others during the Sanata Dharma experience. It helps me in the journalism, because journalism is an idealistic profession. It needs us to sharpen our wisdom. Jadi kayak harus punya kebijaksanaan ketika ada di journalism, karena nggak semua yang kita lihat di lapangan tuh perlu dituliskan, karena malah berbahaya bagi kehidupan bermasyarakat. Aku berpikirnya seperti itu. So we need to have a wisdom. That was what I learned, not only from Jakarta Post and also against France Press, but also in Sanata Dharma. And the last presentation, sorry, I talked so much. So this is true. This is what I experienced. Being smart is not enough to stay strong as a journalist. It needs strong mind with critical thinking and humble attitude. Because I have seen a lot of examples of smart people, of very intelligent ones, but when they were being a journalist, they were kind of crushed because they don't have that strong mind, critical thinking, and they don't have the, you know, humble attitude. They don't want to, they think they are smart, so they will, oh yeah, everything they have new information, they will kind of block that, so they cannot have you know, new information. Jadi dia jadi orang yang bebal banget, terus jadi apa ya, tidak bisa mingle, padahal menjadi jurnalis itu harus bisa adaptif ya. And lastly, I'm an extrovert one, but my husband is a journalist and he's an introvert one, but he can be successful as a journalist. What I want to say here is that extrovert or introvert that do not have anything to do with being a journalist. What you need to have is the strong mind. You have to be critical, but you also have to be humble at the same time to get new information. Anyway, thank you. If you have any question, just don't hesitate to ask me.
Wow, wonderful, Mbak Anya. Yeah, I'm sorry we only provide you 20 minutes. Yeah, I know you have a lot of things to talk about. Yeah, but yeah,
I love
later
talking,
we can. Yeah, we can discuss more later in the Q&A session, hopefully. Yeah. All right. Once again, by the way, before we go forward to the second speaker, I would like to remind everybody that if you have questions, please don't hesitate to post it on YouTube chat room with the format that I have mentioned before. So you mention your Instagram account first and then space your question. So Instagram account space question, so that if later you become the winner of Dialogue Magazine, we can contact you, okay? Who knows, you will win the Dialogue Magazine. So, right, now we will move to the second speaker, yeah? We have Mbak Bunga. Let me check if Mbak Bunga is around. Hello, Mbak Bunga.
Hi, can you hear my voice?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will introduce you to Mbak Bunga first. She's a determined learning and development professional with 9 years of experience in coal mining industry. She is also a corporate MC, wow, public speaking trainer, and also a running enthusiast who has just finished her first marathon last year. The full marathon, is it, Mbak Bunga? 42 kilometers?
Yes, 42 kilos in
Wow.
Bandung.
Right, I could die doing that. Well, now she is one of the few female superintendents in PT Kalimantan, PT Kaltim Primakul or KPC ya. It is a big mining company in Kalimantan Timur. All right, so without any further ado, we will listen to Mbak Bunga's presentation ya. Mbak Bunga, time is yours. You have 20 minutes.
Thank you, Miss Rina. Well, I knew her quite a long time ago too, like few years ago when she also worked for KBC. So it's very nice to see her now to be one of the teaching staff. I'm trying to share my screen, but it seems that it's not successful. Hello.
Can you try again? We still cannot see your screen.
Yeah, I'm trying to share, but let me try it once again. Okay, wait. Okay.
Yeah. Got it?
Still trying to, sorry, let me try once again.
Well, I'm sure the audience will not mind not looking at the PowerPoint presentation because looking at you, because you look so pretty, Mbak Bunga. I don't know how to say that. I mean, like,
Thank you.
You're so glowing and pretty. Can you share to us what's the secret?
The secret is
share to me.
Run.
Oh, so
running.
Run.
It's actually quite useful for us.
Okay.
To make you look younger.
Okay. And the good news is now we can see your presentation. Yes.
Finally. Okay. So may I start, Miss? Hello. Yeah, thank you. So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, juniors, if I may say, because I think I am the oldest one here, but I do hope that I look younger than my age. Okay, so it's been my privilege. So thank you very much for having me in this sharing session. Long time ago, I was the organizer. Back in 2000, around 2003. But then now wow, it's so surprising because now I am, one of the speakers. So thank you very much for having me. I think this is a moment of truth because when we do sharing, actually we are, do the caring act. And it is very important to share my experience and other alumni too to the juniors in PBI. So this is my brief profile. So as you see, I studied in Sanata Dharma since, in 2003, and then I also continued my master degree in 2008. But then, and I was one of the lecturers here and there in Yogyakarta back then, but in 2012, a very good opportunity came to me. I was offered to work in one of the biggest mining companies in Indonesia, PT Kaltim Primakul. I'm not sure you have heard this company before, but in mining industry, Kaltim Primakul or KPC is a very well-known company. So this is a big name, big player in mining, coal mining company especially. So I took the job as specialist of language services and internship. So by the name, you can see how related and relevant, the position to my discipline in undergraduate program. But then things change. The business dynamics so fast, works so fast, and then I became the learning management. So the scope of my work now diverse to the learning management. So I'm not really working on the language services. That's only one small part of my services, but now it enlarged to many activities related to organizational and also people management. And then, as Miss Rina said, and then now I am only few, because this is actually men's world, right, Miss Rina? This is a men's world. Mining is quite identical to a male world, but there are some females who got very good achievement in this industry, and I can say that I'm proud of to be one of them, hopefully. Okay, but before actually this afternoon, I will only talk about two things. The first one, I really want you to know better about my company, about the mining industry, because if you really want to jump out the comfort zone and try to something new, try to seek not only on the educational area, but also outside, more than that, beyond that, then I think mining industry can be one of the feasible options for you. And the second one, this is I think the underlying points of my presentation this afternoon is that how to take you there. So what does it take to make your chance to work in a mining company even bigger? But first of all, I would like to introduce you to the company that I work in now. So I don't know whether among the participants or the audiences are from Kalimantan, but back then I had many friends, colleagues who are from Kalimantan. So this is one of this is the coal terminal of coal, KPC. It's very beautiful, right? So if you really want to know better, then perhaps one day you can travel to Sangatta, to Kutai Timur, to see the mining city here in KPC, in Sangatta. So I can say that I am proud of to be a part of the company that I work now. 9 years are definitely not a short period of time, but yet not long enough to signify my contribution to the company. But I think I can say that I'm happy working here, because I think me and the company that I work in have quite similar mission, and then I've been quite fortunate to have a very positive environment, work environment. It's easy to get along with my colleagues here, and then it's a quite safe working place. Jadi kalau ingat dunia tambang sepertinya cukup risk-taking, kemudian kok kayaknya bahaya ya? Not really. KPC is one of the leading role in safety aspect. Okay, so KPC is a coal mining company located in Sangatta, East Kalimantan. We operate the largest open mining in the world. So PT Kaptim Primacoal is an Indonesian incorporated company that engage coal mining and sells for domestic, both domestic and international customer from various industrial sectors. So the operations cover from exploration, production, marketing, and etc. I can tell you that even we manage one of the largest concession area. Approximately we have 8 34,938 hectares concession of area. It is supported by more than 4,000 of employees and also contractor. And then what makes it, I think, make me more proud of my company that I work in, that not only the biggest, one of the biggest company, coal mining company in Indonesia, but also it has so many achievements in the past years. 2 years in a row as best export foreign exchange contributor corporations and obedient large taxpayer. Jadi betapa bangganya kalau misalnya di acknowledge oleh Kementerian Keuangan sebagai salah satu penyumbang devisa terbanyak di Indonesia dan juga salah satu pemberi pajak terpatuh di Indonesia. So it's a very good thing. Not to mention so many awards. So KPC really is really and highly committed to good mining practices, especially in environmental management. So this is a glance of KPC. As you can see, you can see the heavy equipment that are operating in KPC. So once again, we are supported by more than 4,000 employees and also 20,000 contractor employees. So you can imagine how big it is. And I am a small part of it. Hopefully I can give a more contribution. Talking about where I work, to be specific, because I work in HR division, human resources division. From the name that you can see that I actually on everyday basis, we work on people. So if you would like to draw a line from our discipline talking about education, and then people, well, there are very close line, and then it is actually pretty relevant for PBI graduates to work in this kind of area. So KPC realized that the ability to attract and retain top talent is vital. So we put a lot of effort to make sure that the people become the most valuable asset of the company. There are so many activities, including making sure that we have the best strong organizational culture, and then also we also validating employees' competencies. We will talk about competencies later on. And then we also manage how to prepare successors, and then leadership, how to develop leaders in KPC, how to conducting and facilitating training. So if you are interested in English for specific purposes, and this is the best area you can work with. And then if you are interested in curriculum material development, I still remember some of the courses in S1 and the graduate program. We have curriculum material development. I forgot the name, but something related to learning strategies or teaching strategies. Those courses are very useful for you if you work in a mining company like this, industries like this. And then also how to develop performance excellence at the company. So basically, ladies and gentlemen, juniors, at first I work mostly talking about language services, but in the coming years, my work area, my description of job and responsibility get broadened. It's not only merely about language teaching or language English language education. It's no longer about that. It takes more. It goes beyond our disciplines. Now I encounter so interdisciplinaries. I met so many mining professionals to be confident in answering the needs of the employee, and then I have to learn much more about even about the technical things. And then I think the spirit of learning more and more becomes one of the factor if you really want to work not only in mining but also in other areas like Mbak Anya's area like journalism, or Mbak Benita's later on she will explain. But most importantly, that to work in a professional area, professional work, it takes more than that. In KPC, as an HR professional, as an LND or learning and development professionals, you have to talk about the culture. I even learn about psychology. I even learn what management students learn at school. I even learn many things about mining, to be specific. I even learn about how marketing. I even learn about health, safety, environment management. So many new things happen here, and I have to digest all of them. And it's pretty interesting because I realize that it becomes more enrich my life here. So this is highlights of the program that I had here. But what it takes to be working as a professional. So nanti kalau misalnya ada rekan-rekan PBI yang mau kerja di dunia company, di industri atau di industri pertambangan, the bottom line is actually quite more or less the same. Soft skills. Kalau tadi Mbak Anya cerita soal bagaimana beliau strive to be a strong, tough, resilient journalist, then I would share the same voice to you all. So if you really want to be successful, then please remember to highlight, to make sure that you are competent enough, ready to use, siap pakai istilahnya, in a working, in the professional area. If we talk about competency, we talk about knowledge, skill, and attitude. You can do whatever it takes to add more on knowledge and skill, but attitude is very important. That's the underlying, that's the heart, the core of your, one of the key indicators of your success. So in this year, World Economic Forum released top 10 of skill demanded by companies to be possessed by or owned by the graduates, fresh graduates. 5 of them you can read by yourself. Problem solving, critical thinking, creativity, people management, and teamwork or collaborations. So if you are active in organization now, you join in communities, that's good news for you. But if not, then you have to start now before it's too late, because companies will look for graduates who are ready, who have experience, organizational experience, if you are fresh graduate, of course. But then soft skills become very vital to be sought by the company. So please be ready and please develop your soft competencies or soft skills. In KPC, we are encouraged to live or internalize the corporate values. These are the 7 values of KPC. Just to take out the excellence and agility. You are expected to be excellent, to be never give up, to do more discipline, to be agile, meaning that you are innovative, you are resilient, adaptive, flexible, or even versatile. You can do whatever people ask you to do. Istilahnya palu gada. Apa lu mau, gua ada. So I think that's the most useful recipe if you really want to be successful later on in any professions, but in mining or industry like this, multinational companies, these are the traits that are sought by the companies to fit, to be successful in a certain organization. So what is it? To be successful, you can have the right aptitude, but the right attitude, that's one thing you have to make sure. People can be successful, people can get a very good aptitude, but not with good attitude. Well, I think that will be you will be very in big trouble in blending in to fit in a certain organizations. So once again, if you really want to work in mining companies, especially because we are minority here. Jadi di KPC itu yang dari PBI, dari Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris, Sastra Inggris, I counted only 8, but most of them are very successful. One of them become my general manager. 2 of them became managers here. Even one of them step up from his comfort zone, taking master degree in information technology, and now become one of the managers in IT. One of the graduates, even one of the alumni, now is my manager. So Pak Bangun Nuswanto is also one of the PBI's graduate long time ago, and now he is very successful in surviving and also having a career in mining industry like this. So there are chances, opportunity for you guys to have or to build, craft your opportunity in mining area. So please do take your gut.
You have 2 minutes more.
Don't worry, I almost finished. I almost finished. So if you really want, if you are interested in crafting your opportunities in mining industry, KPC usually posts job vacancies in these 2 sites. You can just jump into the site, search to any position in any companies, mining companies, you can try. But most of all, once again, don't forget, before you jump into the professional world, please make sure that you are ready for the world itself, to be professional. So once again, juniors, educate yourself to the fullest. Don't forget that. And dare yourself to learn new things. Step up your comfort zone and soar. So be a learning machine now at the campus, and then hopefully you can be whatever you want to be in the future. Thank you. That's the end of my presentation. Later on, if you have any question, please don't feel hesitant to ask. Thank you, Miss.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mbak Bunga. Look, the last sentences that you said was really inspiring. Never stop learning, be a learning machine, and soar high, never give up. And okay, I forget the rest of the things, but yeah, those are fantastic advice for our students. Yeah, so please, guys, listen to Mbak Bunga. Okay, right. What is it? Everybody, are you still on? Are you still watching, or are you doing something somewhere else? Not in front of your laptop? Don't worry, because you will have some opportunity to get the door prize, right? You have to remember that. So please don't stop watching, even just a few seconds. Let me remind you that you still have the opportunity to win 50,000 rupiah GoPay top up by posting an Instagram story saying about Upward Mobility webinar session 1. So you need to make it as interesting as possible, and don't forget to mention at PBI Sanata Dharma, at PBI Sanata Dharma, and also provide the hashtag crafting your future paths, crafting your future paths with us. Okay, so we're waiting for your Instagram story post. Right, last but not least, we have our third speaker. She is the youngest of all, yeah. Maybe some of you are familiar with her. She is Benita Saraswati. Tata is her nickname. Hello, Tata. Let's check your microphone. Is it working?
Okay. Hello, Miss.
Hey, Tata, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
All right. So are you ready with your presentation, Tata?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Before you start your presentation, I will introduce you to the audience. So, guys, Tata is a PBI alumnus of batch 2014. So young, right? She is an English trainer, translator, interpreter, and personal general affairs staff in PT Mayangkara Tanaman Industri. Ya, you have a lot of jobs, Tata. She
Yeah.
teaches English for general and specific purposes, especially in forestry field. She also translates companies' documents. She designs materials and activity. She interprets the foreign guests. She checks administration of all departments. Wow, what cannot you do, Tata? Today, her presentation is entitled From English Education to Forestry Company. So that's the title of her presentation. Okay, so without any further ado, let's listen to her presentation. Yeah, Tata, you have 20 minutes.
Okay, thank you so much for the time that given to me. So hello everyone. So previously I would like to say thank you so much for inviting me. And as Miss Lina has said before, I'm the youngest one because I just graduated on 2018. So it's been an honor to me to explain and to share about my experience working here in the forestry field. So without no further, I would like to share about what I'm working right now. So
How is it?
okay, can you see my screen right now?
Not yet, actually.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, can you see my presentation right now?
Yes, you just
Okay.
need to play it, like
Okay.
start presenting.
Okay, so hello everybody. Maybe from the title you already curious why the reason I choose this title from English education to forestry company. So yeah, I graduated from English education and currently I'm working in a forestry company. So maybe when you heard about the term forestry company, it's closely related to the forest. And right now I'm living in the forest, really in the middle of the forest. So greeting from the forest first. And next, I would like to explain more about the forestry company, what kind of forestry company that I work for, what kind of job that I did, and then everything about the forestry company that I work for. Okay. So, as Miss Rina has said before, let me introduce myself. I'm Benita Saraswati, and people call me Tata. And I'm from PBI batch 2014, and I'm the youngest one, and currently I'm working at PT Mayangkara Industri. The head office is in Pontianak, West Kalimantan. Actually, maybe almost all of you never heard about this. What is it? The name of the company, PT Mayangkara Industri. But from the From the name of the company, Tanaman Industri, pasti kayak udah tahu ya. Ini pasti berhubungan dengan tanaman, hutan, like that. Yeah, you're right. Previously, we like to introduce what is PT Mayangkara Industri. It is a joint venture company between Alas Kusuma Group Indonesia and Sumitomo Forestry Japan. So this company is under the management of Indonesia and also Japan. And my role here, my job here is, well, I can say that it's quite a lot. Teman-teman bilang merangkap banget sih lu pekerjaannya. Well, that's I am. As an English teacher here, I'm an interpreter, translator, and also personal and general affairs staff. So later I will explain more about what kind of jobs that I did, that I do now, and then gimana sih caranya itu kok kayak kerjaan semua diborong gitu. Jadi, okay, let me explain it one by one later. Okay. So before I explain about the job and then what is PT Mayangkara Industri and etc. So what do you think when you see the picture? So ini kayak apa ya? Mungkin jarang lihat ini, and you rarely see that maybe. And it's real. I live here right now. So currently living in the middle of the forest, and then this is where on the 2018 where the Congo minister came here, Republic of Congo minister came here, and then to see the water management treatment. So I can say that I'm very proud of my company because it's well known of the industrial forest plantation company, and then it's really well known for the water management. So as you can see here, this is the canal. So canal is the main part of plantation area or plantation forest. And then this one is the Prime Minister of the Congo, and then this one is the process of the explanation of the water management. Okay. And then about working here, as I said before, I work in PT Manufacturing Industry, and then why I put also PT Wana Subur Lestari. What is it? Okay, I will explain about why I also write about PT WSL. So actually, under the same management, under the management of Alas Kusuma Group Indonesia and Sumitomo Forestry Japan, we have two companies under the same management, PT Manufacturing Industry, which is located here in Sanggau. So maybe if one of you come from West Kalimantan, you're already familiar with Sanggau. And then PT Wana Subur Lestari, it's in Radak. It's also in West Kalimantan, but well, it's different part. So the companies PT Manufacturing Industry and PT Wana Subur Lestari is industrial forest plantation. Jadi kalau dalam bahasa Indonesia namanya perusahaan hutan tanaman industri. And we sell we produce the wood for the pulp. Jadi perusahaan ini itu memang tujuannya menjual kayu untuk pulp atau untuk kertas. The thing that make me proud of this company is because it's already well known in HTI companies, among the HTI companies, because we do not use any chemical things. Jadi kita sama sekali nggak pakai kayak pupuk kimia ataupun bahan-bahan kimia lain. Jadi memang kita pure menggunakan alam. That's what I'm proud of my company. And then, okay, now I would like to tell you about my main roles here. So, aduh kok kayak banyak banget itu pertama kali ngeliat. Here, you can see the picture that I put here. So basically, I'm an English trainer to teach not only in the forest. Actually, I teach in 3 places. What do you mean by 3 places? 3 places means I teach the employees in the head office in Pontianak, mainly teaching about the administration and also the general English, and also ESP. So basically the forestry field. And then the second picture, this is me with the team. So there was some guests from IDH, Industri Dagang Hijau, and then from Greenpeace, if I'm not mistaken. So it was in September 2018. September 2019. Oh, so sorry, masih kayak buluk banget di sini because it's 2 days straight living in the forest, and then to assist the foreign guests. Okay, so I would like to explain one by one about my role in this company. So the first one is English trainer. So mainly, as I said before, I teach 3 places: the head office, and then PT Manufacturing Industry here where I am, and then PT Wana Subur Lestari. And I can say that I'm the only English graduate from Sanata Dharma University. So mostly people here graduated from forestry field, like in university like UGM or IPB. So I'm the only one from Sanata Dharma University, and I'm the only one studying English education. So I'm very proud of that because I can enter the company. And then the next one is translator, as I said before. I have responsibility to translate the documents needed by the company, and then interpreter, as I mentioned before, and here in the picture, I have a main role to assist and interpret the foreign guest speaking. So if there is a guest coming to the company, whether it is in head office or in PT Mahakara Industri or in PT Manaslu Lestari, I have the responsibility to interpret or to help assisting the guests. Well, I'm very proud because I can work in three places, not only in, so I can say that um, I have more opportunities to work and then the only one teacher here in the company. So I'm very proud of that. And then the last one is personal and general affairs staff. So maybe you were wondering what is personal and general affairs staff. It's almost the same like general affair. Jadi kayak bagian umum kalau dalam bahasa Indonesianya. Jadi it deals with the administration, it deals with the logistics, it deals with everything di bagian umum. Jadi memang I'm under the personal and general affairs department, so I have responsibility also to check the administration, check about the logistics, and etc. And believe me, it's very fun because I have so many responsibilities. And well, there are some challenges that I will explain to you later, but trust me, it's very fun. Okay, next challenges. So maybe you were wondering like, how is it going living in the middle of the forest? How is it going to move from Pontianak, the head office in Pontianak, and then to move in one estate and then to another estate? So I would like to explain about the challenges. So the first one is the new culture, because I live in the new places in Kalimantan Barat. And then, of course, in the middle of the forest, I learned a lot about the new culture. And then the next one, teaching all levels. So here I teach the employees, all of the employees, starting from the manager, and then the head section, head department, and then staff, foreman, and even the daily workers. I teach English for all of them, and then I set the schedule so that everyone can learn English. And then the next one is how to engage students, because it's why I write how to engage students, because teaching English in a company is very different from teaching English in school. I mean, you need to set a different syllabus, you need to set different way of teaching, and then mostly I teach in the evening around 6 until 9 p.m. So can you imagine after the workers, after the employees come back from the plantation area, come back from working, and then how to engage them to want to be willing to learn English? That's the challenge that I learned a lot this here. And then the next one is the teaching method, as I said before, because I teach all levels, and then I teach mainly not only about general English, like how to become a public speaker, and then how to master grammar, pronunciation, and etc. I also teach about forestry because it's forestry company, and then later the aim of hiring me, the management hires me because they want all people. If there is a guest, they will be able responsibility using English. Like for example, when someone is working in the water management, so they already know about the term, and then it's good if they explain it by themselves, not only the interpreter, because it will be so different. And then the next one, make use of media and technology. Well, because when I teach in the estates, the internet connection is not really good, and then we're very limited. So I cannot use like sophisticated technology or sophisticated media. So I need to be creative to create the media to make use of technology that is here. It's very different when I teach in the head office, which I can use several applications, and it's really a challenge for me. And then the next one is new environment. Always the same like new culture. I really need to adapt, and then trust me, believe it or not, at the first month, I always cry almost every day here because, well, sorry, well, I never thought that I will leave forest and then to teach here in the middle of the forest, and then it's very different from Yogyakarta where I live. So gladly I can survive until now, and I can say that it's very challenging and it's a very good opportunity of working. And then next, maybe you are wondering, Mbak Tata tuh ngapain aja sih? Maksudnya ilmu apa aja yang bisa digunakan dari PBI yang harus aku pelajari kalau mau kerja di perusahaan. Because I'm an English trainer, interpreter, and also translator. So I think that there are several courses that are very useful. The first one is SPD, Service Program Design, and then ESP, English for Specific Purposes, and then LPD, Learning Program Design, Translation, and Interpreting. I think this is like a one package to be able to, to teach out of the school. Jadi kalau di sekolah tuh mungkin kita bikinnya silabus yang memang sudah terencana. But here when you were working in the company, in the forestry company, you really need to make your own syllabus, you really need to make your own media, such like that. And then I'm very grateful because I've joined SPD and ESP so that I can design the well syllabus and then to teach better. Okay. Next, before this day, previously, some of the juniors already DMs me in the Instagram, and then they asked me about, Mbak gimana sih kok bisa dapat kerjaan di sana gimana, Mbak beneran di hutan, kayak gitu. So I will explain tips to get the job, kayak gimana sih kok bisa kerja di sebuah perusahaan, padahal kita tuh kan dari pendidikan bahasa Inggris, apakah bisa meloncat gitu Mbak? Of course bisa banget. Jadi bisa dicari di job portal. Jadi sekarang tuh banyak banget job portal kayak misal LinkedIn atau Jobstreet. So you can find there relations. Perbanyaklah relasi untuk bisa tahu informasi-informasi tentang job opportunities and then USD career. Mungkin bisa ditanyakan lebih lanjut di bagian di BAA ada USD career. Jadi mungkin bisa tanya. Jadi ada link ke alumni. And then be proactive to find job vacancy. Jadi nggak cuma mengandalkan teman atau kenalan aja, tapi benar-benar be proactive to find job vacancy. Cari di website segala macam, terus dare to get out of your comfort zone. Ini hampir sama seperti yang Mbak Bunga jelasin tadi, karena memang saya juga di forestry company, jadi memang banyak banget tantangan yang dihadapi. There are so many challenges, and then if I just want to be an ordinary person, jadi kayak cuma oh ya udah aku dari PBI terus aku mau ini aja kayak gitu, enggak. Jadi memang benar-benar berani untuk keluar dari comfort zone dan menerima tantangan. Mungkin kayak beberapa teman tuh bilang kayak, ah kamu seriusan kerja di hutan, ngapain kerja di hutan, kamu lulusan PBI ngapain nggak di kota aja. Well, I take the challenge and then I get a lot of experience and then a lot of knowledge, especially in the new knowledge about PGA, Personal and General Affairs. Jadi saya dipercaya juga untuk mengelola di PGA. Jadi don't be afraid to get out from your comfort zone and then try new field. Jadi PBI itu lulusannya tuh bisa ke mana-mana. Jadi not only become a teacher in a school, but you can also work in several fields like Mbak Bunga atau Mbak Anya ataupun juga saya. Begitu. Okay, jadi terima kasih. If you have any question, you can ask, and then if you have further question, you can ask me on email. Sorry, like that. Okay. I think that's all. Thank you so much.
All right, Tata, thank you so much for your sharing. Well, actually, you spent less than 20 minutes. That helps a lot. So we can save a few minutes for the Q&A session. Okay, right. I'm sure that there's a lot of questions already on YouTube chat room. So let's check. Wow, there's a lot of questions and I'm quite confused on which one I should pick. Right, so for all the speakers, yeah, are you ready to answer audience questions? Yeah, hopefully yes. All right, so maybe the first question is for Anya, yeah? There seems to be quite a lot of PBI students wanting to be a journalist like you. So the first question is, what makes you survive in journalism despite its difficulty, yeah? And how to be brave to try something new because you used to be a teacher.
Thank you for the question. What makes me what makes me survive? Yeah. So basically, that's the question. Actually, it's hard to tell you what makes me survive, but I think I have this competitiveness inside me. So it's a bit flexing, kayak pamer, tapi I think I have the strong mentality to face the challenges and difficulties that I faced in my first year in the Jakarta Post at that time. So I knew now I know that at that time I felt like giving up, but I told myself, even I want to give up, I should give my best. At least I want to show to myself that well, maybe you are not the best among others. Soalnya waktu itu saya satu batch itu ber-8. I remember that I among the bottom 3. Jadi kan ada beberapa evaluasi. And I thought ya udah deh, mungkin I didn't have what it took as a journalist. At the time I thought that to myself. But then I remember Bulani gave I don't know whether you still have Bulani for the class. She said that give your best, your very best, nothing but your very best. So I thought to myself, if I want to give up, at least I should give up with the very best that I could, even though maybe if I already gave what kalau aku udah ngasih yang terbaik tapi masih belum gagal, yeah, that's not my destiny. That's what I thought. So I gave my very best, and apparently Jakarta Post saw that, and then they felt like I have what it takes as a journalist. Jadi itu alasannya. Itu udah menjawab.
Wow, superb. Yes, I think your statement about like when you have to give up after you're doing your very best, that's okay. That's not. That doesn't mean that you lose the battle, right?
Yep.
Yes, thank you so much for the answer, Mbak Anya.
Yeah.
And move on to Mbak Bunga. You also got a question from somebody. There are 2 questions. What challenges did you have when you started your career in human resource field? And how do you keep up with the company pace when your job keeps developing?
This is a very good question, actually.
Mm-hmm. I know.
It's very good questions. The challenges, many challenges. Like Mbak Anya and also Mbak Benita experiences at the first phase of their career. I also experienced the same thing. The challenge even come quite hard because from academic world, I was a teacher. To mining company, that's quite large gap. Dari dunia pendidikan ke dunia bisnis. I still remember very clearly. I was called up by my boss at that time, talking about why I couldn't adapt really well at the first of my career here. This is it's a major hit for me because I am a kind of person who are really ambitious and also driven by career-oriented things like that. When I was judged like that, and it's very hard. But then, fortunately, I'm also blessed with a very good boss who are willingly giving me some advices, especially when you have to transform yourself to be a better professional. Jadi kalau di dunia mining itu, karena kita minoritas, artinya kan tadi sudah bilang, hanya nggak ada 10 yang ada anak-anak PBI, graduate lulusan PBI yang ada di KPC, yang ada di coal mining industry yang tersebar di seluruh Indonesia. Sangat sulit. Tapi kemudian kuncinya satu, agility. Jadi kalau teman-teman suka baca buku-buku agility. Saya sih rekomend buku-bukunya Profesor Renat Kasali. It is very helpful for you to give you a very big picture of how urgent it is for even graduates, young generation of Indonesia to be agile. Agile means that you have to be innovative, you have to be resilient, to be versatile, to be adaptive, innovative, and then flexible. Seperti itu. So the challenges are very hard. But then if you have the agility, you can rebound yourself very quickly if you face any difficulties. Itu yang paling penting sebenarnya. Makanya saya highlight tadi berulang kali di presentasi saya, the importance of having a very good soft skills. Knowledge, kamu bisa belajar di mana saja. Tinggal baca buku, browsing, bla bla bla, sharing, etc. Skills you can learn at any time. But the attitude of facing any hardships, any challenges, any opportunity, grabbing any opportunities are very, what is it, good attitude for you to have. Tapi itu sifatnya growing. Jadi you have to learn and grow, you have to learn and grow. But first of all, you have to make sure that you have the mindset of being agile. Otherwise, you will not be successful in any profession you choose. Any profession, I may say. Gitu. Dan sama seperti Mbak Tata, di KPC juga jauh dari mana-mana. Walaupun kalau dalam hal site, tambang, KPC sedikit lebih beruntung karena bentuknya udah agak kota. But then still, you are far away from everyone you love. You are far away from quote-unquote civilization. Jadi you have to survive. You have to show that you can contribute more, so you can be successful in any field you like to choose. Gitu. Kurang lebih seperti itu, Mbak Miss Rina. My answer.
Okay. Yes, that would answer everything, I think. Because the key to success is agility. I agree, and also grit, perseverance. Yeah, that reminds me of one TED talk that I have ever played in CLS class. So if my students are watching, yeah, maybe they get that material in one of the classes in PBI. So hopefully that you know that it's one day it's going to be useful for you guys, and you need to trust that, because it has been proven by our alumni here who are now working in prestigious companies.
One more thing, Ms. Rina, before I forget.
Okay.
So we talk about this in human resources field. Jadi kalau orang-orang HR kumpul tuh bicara juga soal para graduate atau ya lulusan dalam disiplin ilmu apapun. Salah satu keluhan yang sama, common share concern regarding the graduates they are not ready to use. Jadi mereka tuh kurang siap untuk dipakai. So if you are fresh graduate, it's okay. But then, what makes you different from others? That's the most common question if you face any recruitment team. So in able to be different from others, then you should start from now. You have to build your paths to that direction or to that goal. Gitu. Jadi mulai dari sekarang. Jadi kalau ada junior yang sedang nonton sekarang lagi suka ikut organisasi, ikut komunitas apapun, suka baca, suka sharing, suka ikut social activities, do it. They will enrich your horizon. That will broaden your mindset. Itu yang dicari oleh company sebenarnya. Ini orang HR yang bilang.
Dengerin tuh ya, guys.
Itu yang dicari. Soalnya nanti pada saat di company, di perusahaan, mungkin perusahaan apa saja ya, bisa tambang, bisa perusahaan seperti Jakarta Post, tempatnya Mbak Anya dulu, kemudian di manapun saja departemen apapun, yang dicari pasti yang tipe-tipe yang harus yang seperti itu. Jadi soft skill tuh penting sekali, terutama soft skill masuk oke, tapi bagaimana Anda sustain in a certain company, certain organization, yaitu biasanya yang dibangun. Gitu,
Yeah. Okay, right. Wow. This is very interesting ya, because kadang I'll switch to bahasa Indonesia, karena kadang mahasiswa tuh mempertanyakan, kan mereka harus ngumpulin poin nih, Mbak Bunga dan Mbak Anya, Mbak Tata. Dulu pernah ngalamin juga mungkin ya, ketika kuliah you have to collect certain points, 10 points before you graduate. Nah, 10 poin itu sebenarnya maksudnya apa ya? It's not about I have 5, I have more than 10 and so on. Tapi it is saving a lot of ammunition ya, to be ready for your future, right? Itu salah satu cara untuk mempersiapkan Anda semua para mahasiswa itu dipacu untuk ngumpulin poin itu sebenarnya untuk itu ya, building your soft skills.
Miss Rina.
mumpung belum telat. Yes,
If
Mbak Anya.
if I may to add on that particular point, I just discussed with Mbak Bunga in our private chat here in Zoom. I would like to highlight that point. Teman-teman kan saat ini dipaksa, kalau kata dan tanda kutip dipaksa untuk mencari poin. But my message here is whenever maybe you want to pursue that points, but you have to realize that it is very useful for you in the future. Jadi tadi aku mention sama Mbak Bunga, dulu kita dipaksa untuk ikut organisasi, ikut apa ya, panitiaan, and now you have the time, the moment, please enjoy it, please enjoy the process and take lessons from it. Karena ketika kita enjoy the process dan kita belajar bagaimana carry the responsibility, gimana kita berinteraksi sama orang ketika berorganisasi, solving problems, terus menyampaikan pendapat dengan cara yang mungkin tepat dan efektif gitu ya, efektif dan mungkin sopan juga. Itu tuh jadi bekal kita ketika nanti ada di professional life gitu. Mungkin dulu, mungkin waktu sekarang disuruh apa sih nyari poin ini 5, 10 ribet banget. Tapi ketika sekarang aku bisa merasakan, oh dulu tuh gunanya seperti itu ya, dipaksa untuk ikut organisasi, ikut panitiaan. Oh aku jadi lebih paham bagaimana untuk lebih proaktif, kreatif, terus jadi lebih agile kayak yang dibilang sama Mbak Bunga, lebih agile gitu. Dan to be honest waktu di Jakarta Post, aku tuh suka bikin acara di kantor. Jadi kayak suka bikin acara, ngedekor-dekor gitu. Terus kayak mereka bilang, Anya kenapa sih lo rajin banget, itu kan bukan your duty gitu. Lo itu bukan tugas lo untuk jadi kayak event organizer gitu. Tapi aku bilang, aku suka ini dan ini udah terbiasa dari kampus dulu. Tanpa aku sadari itu jadi momen mereka, aku tuh membantu teman-teman di Jakarta Post tuh untuk lebih saling mengenal satu sama lain, bikin acara bareng-bareng, ngumpul bareng. Dan itu menurut aku poin plus, dan itu dilihat banget sama di Jakarta Post saat itu, kayak oh Anya orangnya aktif dan akhirnya mereka jadi percaya sama aku. Nah buat aku itu poin plus banget, jangan di underestimate,
jangan diremehin.
Gitu.
Ya, oke, ya, right, agree. Oke, seru banget, right? Oh, jadi bahasa Indonesia ya. By the way, we have 5 minutes left for the Q&A session, so hopefully we can go to 2 more questions. This is the next question for everybody. Yeah, what do you think are the distinguishing factors which differentiate between PBI graduates versus other major or other university graduates? Yeah. Anyone can start first, maybe Mbak Tata. Apa yang membedakan lulusan PBI sama lulusan lain? Because you're the only PBI graduate, right, in that company?
Yeah, so thank you. I would like to try to answer the question. So as I said before, I'm the only one PBI graduate here. And then the thing that differentiates me between the others is that I have 2 skills here. So I have basic English skills, and then I'm very grateful because I also be able to learn about forestry field and also about the general affair field. So the thing that distinguish English education graduates from another is that you already have the basic, and then you can expand more because English is the key. And then when you want to learn about other fields, you will have broad opportunities about that. I think like that.
Okay, so having English skill is one key, yeah, that not everybody has. Okay, right. Maybe Mbak Anya or Mbak Bunga, you want to add something? What distinguishes PBI graduates from others?
Mbak Bunga, do you want to proceed first?
You go first, and then I'll.
Oh, okay, thank you. I think I have already mentioned that Sanata Dharma graduates have more awareness of doing something for others.
Because of the 3C, right?
Yeah, the 3C. I don't know whether it is applicable for maybe Tata and Mbak Bunga, but I found that it's very applicable in my area. And graduates in the Jakarta Post, there were very few Sanata Dharma graduates, but all of us at that time, we had this caring attitude towards others, and we always try to think about others whenever we want to do something, write something, or want to cover something. Jadi nggak individualis banget gitu kan, orang selalu bilang oh kalau aku ke Jakarta tuh individualis banget. No, itu kan depends on ourselves ya. Dan menurut aku waktu di Jakarta Post tuh kerasa banget yang graduate sini tuh selalu thinking about others. For example, ada satu nama graduate dari PBI namanya Mbak Indah. Saat ini dia lagi S2 di Amrik. She likes to cook babi when in the Jakarta Post. Whenever she cooks babi or pig, pork, she will always bring it to the office and then share it to others gitu. Selalu karena mengingat padahal nggak perlu gitu. Cuman hal kecil-kecil kayak gitu deh kerasa banget. Menurut aku sih lebih ke situ ya, Miss, lebih caring for others gitu. Jadi memikirkan orang lain. Jadi nggak cuma pintar untuk diri sendiri, tapi juga mikirin orang lain gitu.
Yes, exactly. The compassion and conscience, right? Compassion, that is. Right. What about Mbak Bunga? Do you have any other thing to add?
Yeah, this is a very interesting question. If I may say, ugly truth, if I was asked, what are the distinguishing factors from PBI from other graduates? If I may say, none. Jadi nggak ada bedanya. So all of the graduates share the same opportunities. In KPC, most of the graduates are from ITB, from UGM, Universitas Sriwijaya, Universitas Pembangunan Nasional Veteran di Jogja UPN, Brawijaya, many state universities, top state universities in Indonesia. You can imagine how we compete here on the recruitment selection line. But then again, what is so interesting is that, once again, because we have kind of only eight education background, PBI background here in KPC, they seem to be successful in KPC. All of them, most of them are now at the management level. Jadi semuanya ada beberapa di executive level bahkan. Jadi di KPC bahkan saya superintendent, di atas saya manajer saya orang PBI juga, Sanata Dharma. GM saya orang pendidikan juga, tapi bukan bahasa Inggris, orang UNY. So it seems that they, because they are, accepted here, selected as one of the most potential graduates, employees here. So it means they have something that makes them different, and that depends on the individual itself. Jadi mau lulusan PBI atau enggak, kalau enggak bisa membuat dirinya menonjol dari yang lain, and that's there is no opportunity. So you have to make sure that you have an added value for yourself. That's your homework. That's your journey now. Now the competition even harsher. You have a lot of even much better competitors. Graduates from abroad, and etc. So what makes you special? That's the questions. But if you find something deep-rooted there in Sanata Dharma, then perhaps that's the philosophy of the Sanata Dharma itself that helps you survive and helps you to move on. Things like that will help you a lot when you seek for a better and broader opportunity at professional life. Mm-hmm. So please remember that no distinguishing factor makes you different from other graduates, and that is you that will make you different from others. So it depends on you.
Okay, thank you so much, Mbak Bunga. Yes, the key is it's in you, yeah. But yeah, as long as you are, as long as you belong to PBI family, then you will have to make use of every opportunities you have, yeah. Because 4 years is not long, you know. So yeah, do your best within the 4 years you are in PBI, right? Mumpung masih muda, guys. Like me, I'm too old, or like other persons, close to me now, right? So yeah, unfortunately, time is up, and there are a lot of questions that have not been answered. But that's okay, guys. Don't worry, because you can. Yeah, for the specific questions related to being an interpreter, being a journalist, and the challenges and so on, you can directly contact Mbak Anya and Mbak Tata, and also for some specific questions to Mbak Bunga as well. You can, do you mind if the students contact you via direct message on Instagram? No, not at all. Okay, I'm sure they don't mind. So please find them on Instagram. You know their names. Just search Bunga Utami, Benita Saraswati, and Agnes Anya. You will find them very easily and go ask them personally. All right. So if I may conclude throughout this session, all the speakers agree that when you enter the working world, professional working world, what matters most is your attitude, right? Your agility, your soft skills, your willingness to work hard, and your willingness to get out of your comfort zone, which you need to build from now, from your college level. And it's your grit that will make you different from others. So yeah, I thank you so much for being today's speaker, Mbak Tata, Mbak Bunga, and also Mbak Anya. We have learned so many things from you all, and we really appreciate that you spare your time, your energy to join us today. And I wish you all a successful career ahead. And also stay healthy, yeah?
Thank you,
Mbak
Bisina.
Thank you. Right. So guys, now we have come to the end of Upward Mobility webinar session 1. So sad, right? But don't worry, because we still have 2 more webinars next week and next 2 weeks. But before saying goodbye to everyone, I will share the exit ticket as one of the requirements for you to get an e-certificate. Yeah, here is the e-ticket link that you've been waiting for, I guess. Right? You need to fill out the form by going to this link or scanning the QR code. The link is also posted on YouTube. I believe somebody is posting it now on YouTube. The link is only available until 6:30 p.m. So like for 50 minutes from now. So please submit the form ASAP or as soon as possible, before 6:30, it will be closed. The e-certificate will be sent to your email address within 1 week. So please don't expect that the certificate will come to you 1 minute after you submit the exit ticket. No, So please be patient and wait for it because next Thursday is the latest day when you will get the certificate. And about the door prize, 2 dialogue magazines for 2 people and GoPay top up worth 50,000 rupiahs. The winners will be announced via Instagram later tonight at about 8:30. So make sure you stay tuned and you check our Instagram account at PBI Sanata Dharma. Don't miss the announcement. I'm also calling you all guys to join our second session of Upward Mobility webinar. Next week on Thursday at 4 p.m. Ooh, finally the poster is here. Look at those handsome guys. Okay, girls, who cannot wait for next week's webinar? Okay, go register yourself now, and we will have a discussion on scholarships and programs that will make it possible for you to travel and study abroad. All right. So don't hesitate to register now. It's open. Don't miss the show. You can find further information on PBI's Instagram post also. Okay, right. Time is up. Udah maghrib, It's time for you to pray, maybe for some of you. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay happy, stay healthy, and see you next week on the second webinar.
Bye.
Bye.
Can I leave now? Yes.
Boleh list nggak ini?
Leave aja kayak. See you, Mbak Benita.
See you.
Terima kasih.
Bye, Mbak Anya.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Makasih
Selamat
semuanya.
Miss Leni, makasih Miss
Ya,
Rina.
ya,
Semoga banyak semua.
Ketemu.
Tempat kerja, ya.
Bye, Ibu.
Stay well, ya.
Yes.
Nanti japri-japri ya.
Oke,
Dadah.
bye.
Stay well.
Bye.
Ya, udah tak.
Semoga banyak semua.
Udah. Luar biasa.